You know, there's something in logic called a hasty generalization. You know what hasty generalization is? It's when you take one instance and you apply it to a whole group. In my day, we used to call that prejudice. You can see all sorts of stuff online that look awful, and you don't have the context. Maybe it is awful, maybe it isn't. But if you find that, say, ICE agents do something that's wrong, does that mean every ICE agent is evil? This is called a hasty generalization. You see these men standing around here, some in uniform, some not in uniform? You know, many of these men have risked their lives to give you the freedoms that you have right here on this campus. Do you know that if these men and women did not exist, you wouldn't have the freedoms that you currently have? ICE included, the military included, police included, security included. And yet you see one video and you smear everybody. That's prejudice. That's illogic. That's fallacious. It would be, and let me just show you on the other political side. You know, there's been an uptick in trans people shooting, trans shootings. There was one just before Charlie was murdered in Minneapolis. A couple years before that, there was a trans shooter in Nashville. Charlie is trans-related. Tyler Robinson in a trans relationship. There's been a trans shooter since then. Would it be right for anybody to say that all of these individual incidents mean that every trans person is violent like that? That's a hasty generalization. You can't do that. You would need group data of everybody to make that claim, and the group data that I have seen shows that trans people are at a higher rate of doing this, but it's certainly not, it's a tiny, tiny minority. Or you would need survey data of a random sample that you could apply to the group with a 95% confidence interval. A TikTok video isn't any of that. All right? Sorry for the lecture, but I learned that in my master's program, okay? Just had to share that, okay?
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.